thing that really upsets me the most with the YouTube online traders is this promotion for indicators, particularly like customized indicators, indicators that you can install on TradingView, indicators that people are selling to you. Some are offering them for free. And then other YouTubers, sometimes Twitter, X.com users are also trying to sell strategies for indicators. And all of them are a complete waste of time. And let me explain why. It's all backtesting. Indicators show you what happened in the past. It doesn't show you what's going to happen next. So you see a ton like oversaturation on YouTube, especially sometimes on Twitter about this kind of rubbish that the market's going to go in a certain direction based on RSI, MACD, Elliott wave, doji candles, the wick of the candle, on whatever fucking time frame, like a 1 minute, a 1 hour, a 4 hour, 1 day, 1 month, whatever. It's all just a waste of time. What you're looking at is history. If you're interested in statistics and history, by all means, jump into that kind of stuff, but never trade with it. It's a complete waste of time. If you trade based on an indicator, any kind of indicator, and I don't care if you're like a beginner at this or some Wall Street hotshot, all you're doing with indicators is basically betting on the past. It does not show you the future. It cannot show you the future. No indicator can show you the future. And patterns such as like Elliott wave or like, let's say like head and shoulder patterns, bull flags, bear flags, all these kind of patterns. You can't see it forming. There's no indicator to show you that this kind of thing is forming. It's something that we as humans have invented, like an imagination, to help us picture or develop a visual of how the market is moving. So, it's not any kind of indicator of where markets are going, because the market is not alive. Like, for example, any kind of crypto coin is not a living thing. It's digital. It's ones and zeros on the blockchain. So it doesn't have a mind of its own. It's not deciding where it's going to go just because it looks like it's developing some kind of pattern in a five move Elliott wave in some kind of direction. It hasn't decided that that's what it's doing, right? It's investors, it's traders that are putting their money in or taking their money out that are deciding where the market is going. So the only way you can ever know where the market is going is based on the news and based on liquidity. So where is the bulk of the money in the market, right? So you use a liquidation heat map, which is something that I really promote heavily on this channel, and it's actually part of my strategy that I use, that I've also offered on this channel as a private course, right? Because it's the only thing that can actually show you where the money actually really is. Like a candlestick doesn't show you where the money is; it just tells you what the price is, right? All kind of other lagging indicators show you where the price was. It doesn't show you where it's going. Okay. And liquidation and liquidation heat maps show you where the bulk of the money is that's going to get liquidated, right? The money that's going to get sucked out of the market, whether it's longs or shorts. It shows you where the money is actually sitting at the present time while you're trading. So it's the only thing you can really use that gives you any kind of indication of where the market is sitting and may go, okay? And economic news or politics and world news is the other indicator that tells you what is going on right now, okay? But that's all you can use. So all this junk that you see online, for example, like this channel right here that's promoting this new TradingView indicator constantly prints money. If you believe this is purely a clickbait title, you believe this, you will lose money. Anything like this is just going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt your wallet. You will lose money. If you're thin on money, if you're drowning in debt, if you don't have any capital to survive, you need to pay your bills at home, you need to pay your rent, you need to buy food, you need to take care of your family. Don't listen to any of this rubbish, okay? Channels like this are really dangerous. Please stay clear of them. There's also, a lot of madness on X.com that I see, particularly like with people promising these like private indicators or indicators that you have to buy. And then they want you to jump over to their website and you're going to pay some huge amount of money, a couple $100, sometimes a couple of $1,000 to get into these indicators and also Discord groups with these like so-called like investors or traders. But I mean, these people are no different to you or me. They're just us, you know, and they're faking it and they're selling hopes and dreams to vulnerable people. And it's really like dangerous, and you're falling for a scam. You know, there's this one particular guy who's selling all these indicators that are just, again, it's all lagging. He's constantly saying, look at the data, look at the data, look at the data on his channel, on his YouTube videos. Basically, if you're buying a lagging indicator, you are buying snake oil. You're buying a chopped up used car that doesn't function. It will not get you from point A to point B. Any kind of indicator, customized indicator, anything that you install in TradingView, anything that you install on your exchange, it will never show you and it will never give you a result. It will never tell you what is happening in the market. The only way you can know what's happening in the market is to follow the news, get involved in worldwide economics, find out what is happening in the big economic markets like the EU, like China, like the United States. Look into what is happening on a day-to-day basis. Do your research, get up to speed on all those events that are going on, and then you can apply some of that. Once you have the knowledge, apply some of that sentiment, right? What's the feeling in the market? Is it bearish? Is it bullish? How are things looking? Like job rates going down, unemployment rates going down, job rates going up? Is the economy succeeding or failing in these major states? And how is inflation going? And once you sort of get a picture of the overall sentiment, and also how stock markets are moving, then you can sort of begin to think of trading, okay? Then you can have a look at things like liquidation heat maps and liquidity maps to see where the liquidation levels are, right? Now, once you know where that is, you then can have a pretty good gauge of where the money is sitting. So if you see that, you've got a ton of money that's going to get liquidated up in the longs. So the market's looking like it's going to rise. The news is telling you it's positive economic information. Anything that's like positive economic news that will help drive the market up, and then have a look at liquidity above as it's going up. Then you can see where the market will go, and if you make a wise decision based on the liquidity and the news, the market goes up, and you can see that the liquidity is in the up area here, like I'm showing you right here on CoinAnk. Then there's a good chance that for example, this coin XRP is just going to go and sweep all that liquidity of this positive economic news. If there's negative economic news, you've got to look at what's going to happen below. So if you widen out to like a 1 month time frame, this can be done with any coin, XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, anything that you like to work with. I'm just personally working with XRP at the moment because I'm using it for my scalping strategy. It's just sitting at a really nice like dollar value at that $3 value with my high leverage strategy that I use, which is like high risk. I only put in a small amount of money. And I look at the liquidation heat map, I study the economic news, and if I feel like I make my trade based on those things, whether the market's going to go up or down, it's based on economic news and liquidity. So I have a look at the liquidity areas on the heat maps, and I see what's going to happen, and then I make my trade, right? So for me, XRP, it's looking like, overall that the sentiment is slightly bearish right at the moment. It's not looking that positive. There was some bad news last week with the economics in the United States, and in general, as you can see, this was that day where the the economic data came out about the misinformed job data and employment data, and basically everything just came to a crashing halt. If you knew that news beforehand and you could see all this liquidity down here, you could have taken advantage of that and made a really nice short, right? So that's what I try to do. I try to listen to those things. I'm not using any indicators. I'm not using support and resistance at all in any way, shape, or form, because I can see support and resistance here with liquidation, right? So this is a resistance level right here, and this is a support level right here. So I don't need to measure it. You can see it with the liquidation heat map. It tells you where the liquidation is. So, you know, when the market's going to come down to that level, if we're seeing really bad economic news, we know that it's going to punch through that and it's going to take out that liquidity. So that's a good opportunity for you right now to take a short on XRP, right? So we can see that it's going to come down and probably sweep this liquidity up to about this point right here. And if it's the reverse course, let's say we get some good economic news coming in and we're primed and ready, and we've got, let's say, limit orders set. If you're scalping, you're hot on the trigger, you're ready to pounce when that news comes in. And we know it's going to go up. There's a good chance that it's going to take this liquidity right here. And if it's really strong, positive economic news, it's going to take this and then eventually this. And then over time, it will take everything above, right? Because that's how you know, coins rise. The value of something goes up. It's where it's taking out this liquidity, right? So this is the only way to work. Do not fall for the trap of, you know, this madness over here. This look at this guy. Look at this homepage. Follow a channel like this, and you will lose your money. Okay, always win. Secret indicator, 100% accurate. Always win. 100% win. No such thing. There is no such thing as 100% win. There is no such thing as an always win. Okay, 100% accurate. It's not accurate. It's accurate on the past because you can see the past, right? You have it's written history. You can see the written history, and your indicator can show you the past, can't show you the future. Nothing can show you the future. So guys, if you like what I'm saying, please flick me $5 onto my USDT wallet right here on the Sol network. Just copy and paste it, and then chuck it into your exchange. And that $5 helps keep this channel growing, because this particular channel of mine is not monetized. And I'm just asking for your help to get things moving so that I can focus more on this and help you with the right advice and try and steer you in the right direction. I'd really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. It's basically the cost of a coffee, right? Cost of a cheeseburger, not expensive at all. And also, if you throw me that $5, I'll also send you the private link to my 40-minute course on the liquidation heat map and how I use it for my XRP high leverage scalping strategy. You can use that strategy if you like. You don't have to, but I think it's interesting to see what I have to offer, because I don't see it much on YouTube at all. So yeah, give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks.